When I'm alone and the world is safest, when I am weightless. A universe gravitate orchestrates when I am feeling.
Deputy is fired after this. A picture surfaced of her wearing what some call an emblem connected to a hate group.
Former Deputy Erin Willey had been working with the Sheriff's Department since she was a teenager. Our Lisa Balick has more on what Willey was wearing.
Former Clark County Deputy Erin Willey was seen in a photograph given to the Columbian newspaper wearing a hoodie with the emblem of a group called Proud Boys Girls, PBG, with a lipstick and a bloody switchblade. Proud Boys calls itself a pro-Western fraternal group for men, advocating traditional gender roles. The Southern Poverty Law Center calls it a hate group that joined the Patriot Prayer Group in recent downtown Portland clashes. Willey's firing came earlier this week after an internal investigation by the Clark County Sheriff. The sheriff today released a statement that says, quote, law enforcement officers are peacekeepers whose core mission is to protect and safeguard the community. My expectation is that my employees do not engage in activities or associations that undermine or diminish our role as peacekeepers. We tried to reach the former deputy, but were unable to contact her today.
Some of these individuals, if they weren't violent, like I'd almost feel bad for them because they sound like complete fools.
Tim Ledwith knew who the Proud Boys were before June 8th. He never expected to interact with any of them beyond social media. But police confirmed that day 2 known members of the group punched Ledwith in the face on Northeast Broadway. Ledwith says the men were riding around in a pickup truck, pointing at people and yelling things like "build the wall." He says he yelled back an obscene comment about the president.
And that escalated to them calling me homophobic slurs, to which I said, "F off," you know, and then all of a sudden I'm punched in the face.
Ledwith says they also threatened his pregnant ex-wife. One of the men's mugshots, Tusitala Tosi, sits at the top of today's Seattle Times profile on the Proud Boys. On Twitter, the group shows this video of a member punching a protester. They also describe themselves as Western chauvinists who refuse to apologize for creating the modern world. The Southern Poverty Law Center defines them as a designated hate group who promote misogynistic anti-Muslim rhetoric. At Portland's recent protests, members of the Proud Boys have told us they defend free speech. In fact, on June 30th, Tosi himself wore a sweatshirt that said, "Standing for freedom without the threat of violence." And he said this to our camera.
I made a promise to my family, my Patriot family, that I will come back and take a stand with them. I will not let them stand alone. And if I have to die next to my family, to my brothers and my sister that's standing up for freedom in America, I will have to.
Staff at the Western State Center, a group aimed at promoting equality, say vague claims like that are a dangerous distraction.
Everyone has a right to express free speech under the First Amendment. It's a cornerstone of our democracy. But what these Proud Boys and other far-right racist and sexist groups are doing goes beyond free speech. They are demonstrating a pattern of coming into our community with the express purpose of starting violent incidents and brawls.
Now, we reached out to the Proud Boys today. One did call back and told management at KGW they expected us to write a, quote, slam piece. And as we said, Ledwith's was one of 2 incidents. The other one involved a black teenage boy in Vancouver. It was in May. His attorneys told the Seattle Times he also yelled something derogatory about the president, and 2 members of the Proud Boys chased him and threw him on the ground. Police ended up charging the teenager. Those charges have now reportedly been dropped.
Y'all turn your back, let me beat his ass.
Can't do that.
Why do you have to move on?
I have to move on. I've been in this house way too long.